Okay, today we are going to be learning internal penetration testing, hacking domain controller, and Active Directory. So we're going to put to good use what we just built yesterday. So first, you're going to need to download two tools, okay, npacket and responder. So clone them both into your user directory, and here they are right here. I'm going to include links. This is what they are. These are all in Python. So you got npacket, and as normal, you're just going to copy that and clone it into your terminal options directory. Now here's responder. I've put that one there. npacket, I've put that one in there. To get npacket going, you'll see when I run these scripts how they go. So where did I put that? DC attack plan. Okay. So what will we be learning? So the first thing we're going to do is create a custom password list with Hashcat for cracking these captured NTLM hashes. Okay. And that's going to come in handy whether just for this course or actually you will find yourself using it if you're doing CTFs, if you're messing around hacking boxes with VulnHub or hackthebox.eu, etc. It's very fascinating. And then we will crack the NTLM hashes with Hashcat. And then we're going to attack Active Directory. Okay, and we need to crack those passwords of those hashes first. So then we're going to attack Active Directory. We're only going to be using 3 out of quite a few tools, but these are probably some of the best. We're going to use Responder just on its own. Then we're going to use Responder in addition to NTLM relayx, and then wimexec.py. Okay, and so there is on this page your responder, and there's npacket, and there is the plan for today. I'll see you in the next video. We're going to get started on that custom word list. Okay, so let's get on with making this custom password list. Use commonly used passwords or pieces of them. People usually use months of the years and seasons and then the actual year, the digits. And then football's common for whatever reason. And put in the password that you have used on these Windows machines, because this is going to be a proof of concept. We could use Rocky, but that takes way too long. And I've included 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to create a custom password list using Hashcat. All right, so we've got that. So first step, we're going to need to make a directory for the word list. So I'm just going to copy that here just to keep it quick. All right, and now cd word lists. Now we need to make a custom text document for this. So what do we want to call it? Right here it says custom.txt. So let's just go here and write custom.txt and copy all of this. And put it right here, go to insert mode. Okay, so that is set. Now, what we need to do is we're going to go on and use these bash, the loops, you see here, 4 loops in the command line. So let's do for I and cat custom. And what this is going to do is it's going to manipulate or augment, it's going to help augment this list. So you see there, we have doubles, we've added the year to the months, etc. And we even have a lot of 20s. So next, we're going to move to, we're going to do it again, we're going to iterate over it, loop it once more, and send the output to T. It's a little file called T. Okay. And let's go ahead and we can check out T. You can see here. Now what we're going to do, move T to custom.txt. Okay, so now we have our custom list. Now we want to add Hashcat's best 64 rule. So for standard output, custom 1. And that might take some time to process. We're also going to be using Hashcat to crack the hashes of some passwords shortly in one of the exercises coming up. I'm going to pause and be right back. Okay, it's finished processing, and here are many of the passwords that we have created now. This tremendous list. I want to see is password 1 still on here? It should be. Well, yes, there's pass 1. If not, I can just cat it on at the end. Okay, so let's check the word count. Zero. Okay, that's still custom 1. I don't keep calling it custom 1. It's custom. It's going to count. Okay, 3003. That's enough. We toggles rule to mix up characters, make more combinations. This might take a minute too. And again, you think I'd have that. I'm going to change that custom 1 right here to just custom. Custom. I don't know that I want to mix this with RockU. Okay. So let's see the results here. So we really have an excellent combination of passwords. There's that first one. All right. So that most recent one was the toggles rule. And okay, now we need to sort it, word count. So now we're going to force the custom text. And look at the word count, 13,799. That's plenty. So add augment password length with the mighty power of awk. Awk is really excellent command line tool. So we're going to hashcat force standard output custom text. Hashcat best 64 rule recursively onto this toggles rule. We're going to sort it, and then awk according to length of 8. Okay, look at that. So it's toggled it, and it's really giving us a lot of options here. I'm going to check through this and make sure that we'll be able to crack it with password 1. I'm not seeing it in here. It probably is in here. So I'll check and be right back. Okay, so I have the custom list all taken care of. This was the final one I put in there to output to T. And so this is what we have, our custom, and I concatenated the, let's go here and pass.txt. I wanted to make sure that my original password did not get lost, so I just catted it into custom.txt. And now everything is in. You can see now T contains all the words. We can go cat T, okay. And if I want to go, I can do grep, and I'm looking for the string to match PASSW0RD1, and I'm looking for it in the file document custom.txt, and there it is. So we're good to go. Now next is going to be starting to use some of these tools and hack Active Directory. Okay, so here we are. We're going to use Responder, and we're going to use NTLM to do some relay. Now, when you have Responder, put all your tools in the options directory. So I've gone ahead and done this so you can see how I've got it organized. So options Responder, inside Responder is all of this. And here's a responder.conf file. We're going to look at that in a moment. And for the in-packet tools, the NTLM Relay X and the WMIEXEC is located in the in-packet suite. So that's going to be in options in-packet examples. So when you install in-packet, do the git clone in the options directory. Now we want to check the responder conf file. Now when we use Responder this first time, SMB, have that on, HTTP, have that on. We will turn those off in the near future, so that's good. Now here is going to be the first command. So Python Responder.py and -i for interface, ETH0 and RDY and verbose. Okay, so it's listening for events on the network, and it's going to poison the LLMNR protocol. So when two machines try to talk to each other. All right, well, there's our domain controller, and it's gone to sleep. Wake it up. And let's get Dunder02. Let's wake him up too. Dwight Schrute. Okay, I can get rid of all this network display. Okay, so this is what we want to look at right here now. It's going to be not that. Okay, see where we have quick access. Okay, so for proof of concept, we're going to imitate having a malicious mounted drive by going into quick access. Okay, and we're just going to direct it to our machine, Kali Linux. So I'm going to do // and put in the IP 192.168.1.12, and look over here on this side, on the left side of the Kali terminal. Okay, look, captured Dunder administrator, and we got his hash. That's great. Let's see if we can do this for the other one, for Dwight Schrute. Okay, we got Dwight Schrute as well. What about this one? We'll get into Michael Scott. quick access. And there you go. So we have got the administrator, we've got Dwight Schrute, and we've got Michael Scott. And so you see it gives their domain name and then the password. Now what we can do is we can use a Hashcat command and crack these passwords. And there's another way to pass them along and have the machine do it, but we're going to go step by step. So let's crack these with Hashcat and we can move on from there. Okay, so what I've done is I've opened a new terminal, and you can see this one, I just opened up Hashcat for the help. And we're going to use this. This is what a simple attack mode looks like, word list. So we've got our custom word list, and this is what the command will look like. So here's what we're going to do. Ours is the code of, see, 5600. And whenever you are using Hashcat, you see all these numbers right here. Okay, well, those work as identifiers, so hash modes. So there's MD5, SHA, so we're looking for, I believe it's NTLM. Let's see. There it is, NTLM, that's 1000. And let's just see, look for 5600. Well, it's in there. Okay, so what I've done then is in the root directory I've created a text file where we will store all the hashes that we have captured. So right here on the other terminal. So let's go ahead and I'm going to vim into that ntlm ssp underscore hashes.txt. Okay, so let's just go ahead and take administrator dunder is. Okay, and I'm going to need to, I'm just going to get rid of this right here. I'm going to close that out, shrink that one, try to make some room, see what we're doing. Okay, copy that and insert it there. And let's get this other one, Dwight Schrute's. So what's going to happen is we're going to essentially clash the passwords and these hashes. Okay, so wait, this is, I got Dwight, I got administrator. Apparently I got Dwight twice. And now there's Scott. Okay, so we got Michael Scott right there. Okay, so we're going to work on this. Crack these passwords. And see what we can find. I've set them all, I know that they're all password exclamation point. So we're just going to do this for proof of concept. Okay, so here we are. We're about to crack the hashes that we captured. And here we go. I'm going to set it up. Hashcat -m 5600 is the code. NTLM SSP, that's the specific hash. And they're in the text file. That's the name of the text file. And the password list that we're using is custom.txt. And I did a word count, and we have 353 words in this list. So let's give it a go. Let's see, what is it telling us? So this is going to take a little while. I'll return once it has cracked it, or I'll just interrupt it. But it's important to see the results when it looks. Okay, looks like we got it. It's done. So what do we have here? Okay, word list, blah, blah, blah. Adjusted, so administrator, dunder, password 1. Okay, that's great. Here is Scott, dunder, password, exclamation point. Dwight, password, exclamation point. So we have now cracked those passwords, and no need to write them down because they're simple. So we're going to move on to the next tool. Okay, so here we are. We're going to use Responder this time, except this time in conjunction with NTLM-relayx. And before we do that, we need to go into responder.conf and change a couple of things. Since we're doing relay, we need to turn SMB off in the responder conf file. And HTTP, turn that off too. Okay, so here's what it's going to look like now. We're going to use this prompt, Python responder H0, and that's with the NTLM-relayx. Now for the NTLM-relayx.py, we're going to do this. Before we do that, here's the targets. Let me cat that out, see what we got. I should have the 3 machines in there. There you go. The 17, that's the domain controller. The 18, that's Michael Scott. The 19 is Dwight Schrute. So this one, when you write it, make sure you write Python 3 and then NTLM-relayx.py, and -tf is target file, and SMB2 support will help us out. So start responder first. See, it's quote listening for events. Now start NTLM. Okay, now it's waiting for connections. So we gotta get something going. Here we go. Nick, he's an admin. IT guy. Okay, so we got a quick access there. I'm going to open up all 3 of these. Here's dunder 1, Michael Scott. Okay, and dunder 2, Mr. Dwight Schrute. Heard he likes to farm beets of Kali Linux. And here we go. Dumping the SAM hashes from the domain controller. Okay. The next one is going to be multirelayx.py. This one's incredible. This one, you have got to have the password, user's password, to go full admin. And we've got that. So let's go ahead and take a look at this one. And here's what this one looks like. Use it to attack the domain controller. So you got Python multirelayx.py, and then you put the name of the domain and the name of the person, and we're going for administrator, at, and then the IP address. Okay, we know the password. Okay, now we have a command prompt. Who am I? Dunder, administrator. Okay, awesome. So let's just look at what's in here. No, that's not good. Okay, so these are the directories. Let's remember we set up the SMB share. Let's go in there. Let's say, for example, we were wanting to take this data off and transfer it to our machine, to Kali. So what you've got to do is you're going to cd smb underscore stuff. Okay. And see, look at the contents. All right, there's smb.txt. So how do we get that to our machine? Well, just type get and smb.txt. Downloading. We have it now. How do we know? Well, it's going to be in this directory, kind of like when you do a wget. And there you go, smb.txt. So that's how easy WMI exec is. Now there's a lot more tools to impact it, obviously, as you've seen. And I'm just going to show you those right now. Those are some of the best that you can use. And I will see you in the next video.